one of the biggest traps actors make with the audition is that they want to give each word a very special, pre-planned meaning. They're taught to make sure there is a thought behind every word or every line. This line is going to be charging forward with confidence, and the next line will be a bit more shy, and then I'll realize that I've gone too far. And when I say the word Milwaukee, because my character is from Milwaukee, Milwaukee has meaning to me, and pain and nostalgia and love at the same time, so I'm gonna go Milwaukee? I exaggerate a bit for comic effect, of course, but I think it's very true. We are often taught as actors to go through the script and make sure you know exactly what each word means and make these choices. Have a choice on this line, a choice on that line, a choice on that word. And then the audition becomes like this inhuman Frankenstein monster of different choices that I've intellectually, egoically made to be interesting, but it's not human. It's not what people really do in real life. This is what people do in real life. I call it letting it rip. I am just making the YouTube video. I am imparting a lesson, whatever this action is I'm doing, waking people up to the truth. I don't know exactly what it is. I do it a lot, but I'm doing it. I'm showing you guys some stuff, and I look into the camera and I imagine you out there and I let it rip. I don't know where the words are coming from. I don't know how I'm choosing to use the specific words that I'm using. I didn't pre-plan them. I have an idea of where I want to go with this video, but the specific words I'm using and the specific choices I'm making change moment to moment to moment based on what I imagine is happening with you, because you're not really there. I mean, you are, but I don't see you. So I got to imagine you being there, and I react off what I'm imagining, right? Usually we have a reader in the scene. If we don't, we can imagine someone in our head that we're acting off of. But if there's a reader, we want to really act off that actual human being. We want to get the impulses from the other and not from ideas we have about the script. Because if you want the words to actually come alive for the viewer, then you need to let the words mean nothing for you, mean anything for you. I know that seems very strange, but I really believe that it's the truth. The script wants to be memorized, or you just read it off a teleprompter, or you have it in your hand, or you have it hidden somewhere, whatever, but you're focused on what you're doing to that other human being, and the words just come out. The impulses come from the other human being, and when you do that, then the audition becomes an actual improvisation. The CD, the audience, whoever's lucky enough to view it, is on the edge of their seat, not knowing what's going to happen next, because you don't know what's going to happen next. The way you're saying each line is all based on the one thing you're trying to do, the one thing you're actually trying to do to that other human being. Like I said, I'm trying to impart some knowledge here. Let's say that's the action, and I'm doing that and letting it rip. If my action in the scene, I decide, is to put a jerk in their place or convince someone of the truth or comfort a loved one, I want to actually do that to the other human being and let the words come out however they come out. The words, the script's not my concern when I'm acting. Hopefully I've taken the time to memorize it rote, so it's there. If I don't have time to memorize it rote because I only have 45 minutes to work on the audition, fine. I use the script, I use a teleprompter, I do whatever, but I still pick one specific action based on the intentions of the script. And I have an as if I can use to remind me of what it's like to really do that action. And then I really actually do it for real with the reader. And it's real life. I am making it up as I go along. And I want to demonstrate this for you right here, right now in the woods, because you all know I like talking about acting in the woods. That's my thing. And I have this script here. This is Love Labour's Lost by William Shakespeare. I'm a huge Shakespeare fan, but I haven't read this play in a long time. To be honest, if I've ever read this one fully, I've read scenes of it before. I don't know if I've read the whole thing. And if you ask me, what's the plot, what's the story, who are the main characters, I don't know. I don't know. Right now, I don't know much about Love Labour's Lost. I've forgotten what I know. Before I made this video, before I came to the woods, I randomly grabbed the first Shakespeare I saw in my house, in my library, and I brought it out here to demonstrate this. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to pick an action and an as if, and then I'm gonna randomly pick a monologue and just read it, but acting it, going after something and letting the words mean anything. And it's pretty cool what you can see with a random, not pre-planned monologue I'm just choosing from this book, okay? So let's say my action that I'm doing is I'm going to try to wake someone up to the truth. And let's say I'm imagining a very specific loved one in my mind has a drug problem, and I found these drugs and I've confronted him with them, and he doesn't want to talk to me about it, and I'm trying to wake him up to the truth that he's got a problem. And this specific loved one I'm thinking of, he's not here in the woods with me. There's no one in the woods with me. Well, there's people maybe over there somewhere, but you know. But I'm going to see this person in my mind. I'm going to look into the camera, look at you guys, but I'm going to see this person in my mind, and I'm going to do an improv out loud based on what I'm seeing in him, okay? Trying to wake him up to the truth. Then I'm suddenly just going to open this up, and the first monologue I see, I'm just going to use, and I'm going to grab words. That's why I need my glasses. I'm going to grab words, and then I'm going to bring them to you. But I'm still playing off my brother who I'm seeing in my mind, and I'm letting it rip. I'm getting all the impulses from what I'm seeing in this loved one, and not from the script, okay? So I'm gonna start to do this improv in my mind, then I'll do the improv out loud, seeing this loved one in my mind, trying to wake them up to the truth, and then I'm gonna randomly start letting it rip with a random monologue. Here we go. No, don't walk away from me right now. I know you, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. I'll scream at the top of my freaking lungs right now and get everybody else in here, okay? If you and I don't have a conversation, because there's some things you need to understand, okay? And if you love me at all, if you care about me at all, you're just gonna hear me out for 1 second, okay? No. My complete master, but to jig off a tune at the tongue's end, canary it with your feet, humor it with turning up your eyelids, sigh a note, sing a note, sometimes through the throat as if you swallowed love with singing love, sometimes through the nose as if you snuffed up love by smelling love with your hat penthouse-like, or the shop of your eyes with your arms crossed, or your thin belly doublet like a rabbit, a spit, or your hands in your pocket like a man after the old painting, and keep not too long in one tune, but a snip and away. These are compliments. These are humors. These betray nice wenches that would be betrayed without these, and make them men of note. Do you note me? Okay, I have no idea what I was saying, word-wise. I have no idea what any of that meant. I was imperfectly seeing my brother in my mind and just trying to wake someone up to the truth, right? And let's say the line is like, I know you did it, honey, just confess. I know you had the affair. Let's say that was the line. Again, I can still see that loved one and try to wake them up to the truth. And you'll watch me go from improv to the line I just made up. It's a serious problem if you have an 8-ball of cocaine that you're casually using on the weekends. And we are gonna talk about it. We really are. Honey, I know you did it. I know what you've been doing. Just confess. Just confess to the affair. See how that works, right? So We don't want to, and we don't need to understand every word. We don't give a about the words. We use the script to understand what's literally happening to that character that you're playing, and you want the choices you're making. And I randomly chose something, so it may or may not be right for this thing that I have no idea what this was. It was just this exercise to demonstrate. But what we want to do is we want to choose an action and an as if based on the stakes and tone of the script and what's literally happening. And then, wow, we just want to let it rip. Okay? So hopefully this insanity makes some kind of sense. If you dig what you're hearing me rant about and you'd like to audit one of my Zoom live online audition technique classes, click below. Come join us for a night, observe, see what's going on. Would love to have you check out the work that we're doing and watch us let it rip. Thank you.